Alright guys, so I'm going to be real with you. I was fully planning to do my very first tech video for this. I was going to have these crispy shots of the products I'm talking about, maybe something on like a little slider. But then all of that changed because I got a new boss. This guy is demanding. He's got me getting up at 4 a.m. every day. He is always trying to tell me what to do, and I'm always cleaning up after his messes. Hang on, I'll introduce you to him. Okay, so full disclosure, I may get interrupted more than once today, and I may not be able to film this enough times to cut out the interruptions and still get this video out in time. But let's get on with the video. Sony WH-1000 XM4. These have the least memorable name of any piece of technology that I've ever owned, but they are indispensable. Basically, they are over-the-ear headphones with really incredible noise canceling. And they also have a couple of other features so that when you temporarily need to hear what's going on around you, you can activate what they call ambient mode. And it goes from super quiet noise canceling to actually amplifying what's going on outside, so you can basically hear even better than if you had these on with them powered off. The acoustics are fantastic, but what I like using these for the most is when I'm somewhere noisy and I need to focus. These are still among the absolute best headphones, and I love them. So for the pre-med, med student, or just anyone else in your life who likes to focus and wants to get stuff done and wants to have a really premium, nice pair of headphones, I love these things. The next piece of tech is an app called Brainfm. I talked about this a couple years ago in a video that I posted to my channel just about apps for the iPhone, and this is still one of my favorite pieces. I'll call it a piece of technology, even though it's software. So basically, Brainfm uses these things that they call audiotropic beats. There's a whole bunch of research behind it. I haven't read any of the research, so I can't really vouch for the actual research. But what I can tell you is they have... Sorry, the dog's making too much noise. Gershwin, you're making too much noise, buddy. But what I can tell you is that they have tracks for focus, tracks for sleep, and tracks for meditation. I spent hundreds and hundreds of hours as a resident studying for my in-service exams using the focus tracks. And also there were plenty of times where my whole body clock was screwed up from being on call overnight and I was trying to fall asleep, and I used the sleep track. And one other very new customer in my household is the puppy. I found that if I put on the sleep soundtrack from Brainfm and I turn the bass up, something about the combination of the two knocks this little guy out like a lamp. He will be sleeping and snoring within sometimes minutes. We have a proud customer here, and Gershwin's another proud customer. Hey, what's up guys? So quick word about our sponsor today, MEM. MEM is this really interesting MCAT studying tool. Before I tell you more, I'm just gonna say, when I was studying for the MCAT, this tool wasn't available, so I can't speak from personal experience. But everything that I have heard and read and seen about this is awesome. MEM was created by two physicians who both scored in the 99.9th percentile of their MCAT. And between these two physicians, they also have years and years of MCAT tutoring experience as well. So the software itself uses this kind of really cool, high quality flashcards, and they help leverage spaced repetition and interleaving and all of these tools that help you learn faster, rather than just sitting and reading something from front to back or looking at a list of things that you have to memorize. MEM is built to sort of help you gradually learn and comprehend and then remember information in a durable way over time. And as an added perk for anyone who's going to sign up, MEM put together a discount code with my last name, Hindin, H-I-N-D-I-N, that when you plug that in on their website, it'll give you 20% off on your subscription. Next on my list are these little books called field notes. I've been talking about these on this channel for years. I love these things. I used these all through residency, and now as a practicing surgeon, I still use these to keep notes on the fly. When I see a patient, sometimes I'll jot stuff down. They're nice and slim and they're small, so you can fit it in a shirt pocket, you can put it in your back pocket. They're really handy. These are fantastic. Anyone who wants to have something handy to write with that won't fall apart and is sort of always with them, these are awesome. Get these with pages that have essentially like a dot matrix on them, or you can get them lined. I always like the dot matrix, buddy. I like the dot matrix because it's easier to draw with and it doesn't confine you to single lines. So if you want to include a sketch in your notes, or you just don't like having lots of tiny lines across your page, I like the dot matrix because it gives you some form, but it's ooh, not too much. Are you all right, buddy? Can I put you down or what? You're gonna... All right, that's okay. All right, so the next one on my list is cheating a little bit because I don't actually have this, but one of my best friends does, and I have seen it and I want it. It's really cool. So it's called the Neo Smart Pen M1 Plus. And basically it works like a pen and a notebook. Your interaction with it, for all intents and purposes, is just like you taking notes and drawing stuff. But what's different is that the pen syncs wirelessly with Evernote. So once you've drawn a bunch of things and written your notes, you hit a button and all of those notes are imported and scanned digitally and live in Evernote. So you have a digital copy of everything you've ever written. You can search it, you can sort of send it places, and it's really cool. So the next one on the list is probably the least surprising, as you might have guessed. I've got a stethoscope. So the one that I've got here is the Littmann Classic 3. The truth is I actually don't even need this particular type anymore because it's got a side for pediatrics and a side for adults. But in general, if you're getting yourself a nice stethoscope, Littmann is just absolutely fantastic. The acoustics are awesome, build quality is always top notch, and it's just a really nice stethoscope that will last you a long time. I will link up a few of my favorite Littmann stethoscopes below, so I'll include the one that I have right now and a couple of my other favorites that I've used over the years. The final item on my list won't be a surprise to anyone who's been watching this channel, and that's because it is a suture kit. So this is one of the areas where it actually doesn't matter which one you buy. There are all sorts of brands on Amazon that sell suture kits. I'll link to a couple below. But the key that what you want to look for is a suture kit that has a needle driver, some form of forceps, some form of scissors, and then a surface that is both pliable but also firm enough that it can hold the suture and hold the needle and not rip as you're tying your knots. So highly recommend getting a suture kit and practicing suturing. It's much better to practice and improve your skill in a low stakes environment than suturing for the first time in the operating room while the residents and attending are staring at you. Happy holidays, everyone, and let me know if you want to see more videos of Gershwin, because he's a total ham for the camera. All right, see you guys next time.